Before America was a nation, before it was even called America, people were already whispering about ghosts. Long before modern ghost hunters, EMF meters, or viral videos, early settlers, native tribes, and colonial towns told stories of spirits that refused to leave this land. These weren't just campfire tales, they were warnings, moral lessons, and explanations for a world filled with fear, mystery, and the unknown. Let's travel back centuries to uncover America's oldest ghost stories, the legends that shaped haunted history in the New World. Some of these stories date back over 400 years, and many of them are still being reported today. 1. The Ghosts of Roanoke. America's first mystery. In 1587, over 100 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. They were meant to establish England's first permanent colony in the New World. But when supply ships returned 3 years later, the colony was gone. No bodies, no signs of struggle, just one word carved into a post. Over time, locals began reporting strange sightings near the abandoned site. Flickering lantern lights moving through the trees. Disembodied voices calling out in Old English. Shadowy figures near the shoreline, vanishing when approached. Some legends say the spirits of the Roanoke colonists still wander the island, trapped between worlds, reenacting their final days. Others believe the land itself remembers what happened, and refuses to let the truth rest. To this day, Roanoke remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries, and possibly its first haunted one. 2. The Resurrection of Anne Boleyn's legend. While Anne Boleyn herself never set foot in America, her ghost story crossed the Atlantic with early settlers. In the late 1600s, colonists in New England reported sightings of a headless woman wandering near old estates and churches. Many believed she was a spirit drawn from England's violent past, a symbol of betrayal, injustice, and execution. These sightings helped shape a uniquely American tradition: ghosts as moral warnings. Spirits weren't just scary, they represented sins left unresolved. This belief would heavily influence America's next and most infamous ghost stories. 3. The Salem Witch Trials and the Haunted Dead. In 1692, Salem, Massachusetts became the epicenter of fear. More than 200 people were accused of witchcraft. 19 were executed. Many more died in prison. After the trials ended, strange events began almost immediately. Residents reported cold spots in homes once owned by the accused. Apparitions of women in colonial clothing were seen near Gallows Hill. Some claimed they heard prayers. Others heard screams. One of the most famous spirits is Giles Corey, pressed to death by stones. According to legend, his ghost appears before major disasters, most notably before the Great Fire of Salem in 1914. Salem's ghosts aren't just echoes of superstition. They're reminders of fear, injustice, and mass hysteria, and many believe the spirits are still demanding to be heard. 4. The Myrtles Plantation, America's most haunted home. Built in 1796 in Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation is often called one of the most haunted houses in America, and its legends stretch back to the earliest days of the South. The most famous ghost is Chloe, an enslaved woman allegedly punished by having her ear cut off. According to legend, she poisoned the family and was later hanged. Visitors and staff report seeing her apparition in green clothing. Children's laughter echoes through empty rooms. Handprints appear on mirrors. Small ones. Whether rooted in fact or folklore, the Myrtles reflect America's deeply painful past, where tragedy and trauma soaked into the walls themselves. 5. Native American spirit legends. The first ghost stories. Long before colonization, Native American tribes told stories of spirits tied to the land. The Skinwalker legends of the Navajo, the Wendigo of the Algonquin people, the ghost dance spirits believed to walk among the living. These weren't ghosts in the European sense, they were warnings, protectors, and consequences. Disturb the land, disrespect the dead, or break sacred rules, and the spirits would respond. Many modern hauntings occur on land once held sacred. Some believe these aren't hauntings at all but ancient guardians reacting to centuries of disruption. 6. Augustine. America's oldest haunted city. Founded in 1565, St. Augustine, Florida is the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the U.S. And it is packed with ghosts. Visitors report phantom soldiers marching near the Castillo de San Marcos. Cannon blasts echo with no source. Women in Spanish dress appear in windows then vanish. With centuries of war, disease, and conquest, St. Augustine is often described as a city where history never fully moved on. 7. Native American spirit encounters. When the land remembers. Some of the oldest ghost stories are not about people but places. Tribes across North America described restless spirits tied to land violations. Hunters who disrespected burial grounds reported seeing figures without faces. Travelers heard drumming with no source. In many stories, the spirits were not evil, but angered, appearing only after boundaries were crossed. Modern hauntings on sacred land often match these descriptions exactly. America's oldest ghost stories aren't just about fear. They're about memory, about unresolved injustice, about land loss and voices history tried to silence. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these stories endure because they carry emotional truth, reminding us that the past is never really gone. Sometimes, it's just waiting to be heard. If you enjoyed this journey into America's haunted beginnings, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite ghost story in the comments below.